Hey guys, how is it going? So today's video, obviously from the title, I've sold my engine. So I need to take it out the car, put it in a crate, and it's going to Guernsey of all places, which I think is quite funny. As you can see, I've already taken off the front end. Now, so what I've got to do is I'm going to take the bonnet off to make it easier to access. I won't keep holding you on one side, and then yeah, I'm going to spin the car around and then start taking the engine out, I guess. So, let's see how this goes. Cool, so as you can see, the car is all jacked up. I'm just draining all the coolant out of it now. Yeah, nice and clean. That white stuff in there, that is paint from my wheels. So I'm going to be throwing this coolant away when I'm putting fresh stuff in my new one. But yeah, it's nice to see it all coming out clean. So once that's drained, or well, while it's draining, I'm going to start taking off stuff like the intake elbow and all of that sort of stuff that's going to be in the way. So yeah, I'm going to take the fan off. Now that is a 32mm on an opposite thread, so it goes the other way. I'm sure I've done this in a previous video, I can't remember which one though. You get it? You got it? We got it. Now I can get this one off because I am keeping this pipe because it's got my sensor in it. Lovely and clean in there. Oh, I've got to disconnect all of this stuff, haven't I? Or do I? I'll just do that one now. Fuck it. MF it, boy. Same as that. Come with it now. Whoop! And that's just enough, so that. Cool, so the mash's disconnected. I think we'll take the intake elbow off from here. Now there'll be other pipes, some vacuum hoses around the underside of this as well. So, where are they? There they are. One of them just plugs it. Oh, they just both put out there. Right. Shall I take the manifold off or nah? I don't know, let's start pulling some of this stuff out. So I have already disconnected the ECU, not the ECU, the battery, so we can unplug all of this safely. The ECU is also going with the engine, so yeah. Now I'm going to disconnect the ECU so it doesn't get damaged or anything, as it is an integral part of the car. Right, where are we going with this then, boys? Where's that loom section? So this is all going with the car and it should all plug. Is that one of the plugs? What we got some stuff there. These all go with it. Pop that one out. say it with me now. What else we got? Just that. I've got it plugged in here. We've got something plugged in there for the fuel canister. That's those. And then we have this live here, which is what, a 12, which I melted ages ago. Classic. Question is, are we actually going to be able to get this in here? Like, I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, I melted it ages ago. Cheers, Gary. Okay, so I have actually just had to muller that bit out of my fuse box to get it out, because when I put the engine in last time, I think what happened is I didn't do this nut up like tight enough, and it's loosened itself, and it kept sparking it. I must heat it up and it melted its way in there. But yeah, we got that out now. Alright, so the next bits I need to remove is the port for the OBD1, I think that is. That's simple, that just slides off like that. There's then also an earth, I think, that goes there. And then there's like 2 other 12-volt lives that go in there. You just pop this panel off. Right, so they're all disconnected from there, all laying on here. And because I'm a bloody nice bloke, I've labelled up where these wires and that go for them. So the next thing I do is I'm just going to disconnect the throttle cable, which is pretty simple. Hopefully I've got that in view. Yeah, it's pretty simple. So I'm squeezing out the back like that. Then there's a little gap there, you slide it down. And then, sorry if it's dark on the GoPro, obviously I can't see what it's seeing. Yeah, you just untwist this bit. And then once this bit is out, you then can wiggle this rubber boot. Oh yeah, that wants to out, and then that pops out like that. There we are. Right, this pops out like that, and there's a gap on one of the sides, which the cable goes through. And line that up. And put that back in place so I don't lose it. And then we'll bring that over. And way up over here. Hopefully you guys actually managed to see that. Well, that's extremely dark, but yeah, we got some coolant pipes there. We're just going to disconnect as well. I think I might take this out as well. A bit of easy access to some light. Okay, so let's move on to the underside stuff now. So obviously the power steering reservoir is connected to the steering rack. Now we're going to want to disconnect that by, well, I think I might empty all the power steering fluid out, so I'm going to disconnect it from the pump just to undo that to let loads drain out, so I haven't got as much spilling on top of me. I'll undo the cap first as well, so it's not all sucked in there. Now I know it does leak a bit already, so it... What is it? Is it 22? Is it a 22? Is it a 22? Yep. So we're going to undo that a bit, and then basically, I'm not that fully undo it, I don't think. Just enough so some can start draining out of it. That's it. And then once that's drained a fair bit, I'll undo the hose that connects the steering rack to the reservoir, because the reservoir all comes off with the engine nuts and that. Right, I got a little border waiting, so I just fully disconnected it. But yeah, and then we just need to get it flattened in here. Undo the Jubilee clip on there. Then we just need to tug it like a 13-year-old boy. There we are. Let that drain out. Now, that is all disconnected from there. Over the other side, we just got an earth strap. So yeah, we just got an earth strap there, which I think is a 13 again. So, where is it? Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna use my fancy ratchet spanner. Now, I don't know if you can see it here, but yeah, look, my engine mount doesn't touch my actual engine arm mount. Now you'd be like, whoa, how's that floating? Well, it's not. I've got Condor Speed Shop engine razors, which I got from Hack Engineering. Had them in for about like 2.5 years, 2 years. They're proper sick. So, but with that, obviously my engine's raised up. When I do this, I don't know whether you do it without it or not, but I always just drop the subframe load. So basically I'll undo the subframe bolts to the chassis rails, but leave them in enough that they can still hold it, and just drop the subframe down, and then it just gives a bit more clearance coming out of the tunnel. I mean, I'm still undecided whether I'm gonna take the gearbox out or not, because when I've done it before, I've just found it easy just to remove the gearbox while I do it as well. Rather than fiddling around with all the bolts that are behind it. But I mean, when I done my clutch, I don't think I put any of the top ones back in apart from on the starter motor. So there's literally just that one there. So I don't know. Also, then you haven't got to do all the wiggling of it, disconnecting the spindle from the gearbox out of the engine clutch thingy, whatever, flywheel. Yeah. So the next bits. Let me holler at the camera real quick. Yeah. So as far as I can remember, that's everything from the top of the engine done. If not, during the editing, if I find something else, I'll put it in with this. So it's all. If you're following with me, maybe, I don't know whether you're going to follow this or not, whatever, or you're just watching, you might just enjoy watching it. But yeah, now we've just got this stuff underneath to do. So there is, I literally think it's just the 2 fuel lines underneath, and then lowering the subframe like I just mentioned, and obviously disconnecting the mounts. I mean, I haven't even got the engine crane at the moment. Yeah, and also I'm going to disconnect the gearbox. Alright, so I have disconnected my exhaust from the headers. Now mine look a little bit different because I removed the studs, because it's a lot easier to nut and bolt them when you're putting it back together and stuff, or taking it apart. I find it a lot easier because I haven't got to pull this over any of the studs. And then what I need to do is just disconnect the fuel lines here. Very simple, just the Jubilee clips again. I have labelled, because you have 2, you have one that goes to the filter and then one that returns or something, I don't really know. So yeah, I've just labelled the one there, filter, so I know that. So I'm just going to undo those. And then I think I am going to leave the gearbox in because I haven't really got anywhere to put the gearbox at the moment. So that'll just be a case of disconnecting the bolts on the bell housing that connect to the block. So yeah, the gearbox bolts, well, the bell housing ones, they're quite simple to do because I'm missing a few at the top. I didn't show you that because it's kind of hard to film under the car, and it's just me undoing bolts. If you're doing this yourself, you might find, especially around this side with the starter motor one, you want to do like a load of different attachments to it. I used one of these swivel ones again, and then just like a load of extensions, not attachments, extensions, yeah. And then on this side here, like the top one on, I actually used a ratchet spanner. I think it was the 11, because it was a lot easier. I broke it off with the actual ratchet, and then once it was loose, I just used the 11mm ratchet spanner to undo it and get the rest of the way out, because the ratchet ends up getting stuck against the gear tunnel. So yeah, what I need to do now is undo the mount here. I'm doing it at the top. I think they're 16s, and also drop the subframes with these bolts here, which are just 18, I think. Oh wow, I think I need a new engine mount. That one looks pretty mangled. Right, so when I'm doing these ones, the subframe bolts, what you're going to want to do is put the key in the ignition to get rid of the steering lock, because you're going to need to turn the wheels to get access to this one here. What I'll do, once I've undone a bit more, I'm actually going to put the jack back under on the subframe. Or I might be able to ease it down. I don't know, we'll see, we'll find out. We'll lay under it though. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to take the bolts all the way out. So as you can see, I got one of the twisty bendy thingy-mabobby attachments on it there. And yeah, it's just a 17mm on mine. I think I put different nuts in on mine, some better sort of lock-in ones. But yeah, that's what you want to do for that side. And then on the other side, I think you can literally just use the extension to go straight down, because I think it's straight, but with this being a bit of an angle and the manifold in the way, or the headers, do it like that. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see here, but that's it there for the passenger side one. I'll put a little circle on it or something, and yeah, you can see that will literally just go straight down, you know. Alright guys, so we have got the engine crane all hooked up. I'm just using an old seat belt that came with my other engine, funny enough. I just done loops around the struts under there. I know you can't really see that. Yeah, so I literally just done loops around these struts here. Move them in just to make sure they're still in place. Once again, it's a bit dark, you can't really see it. But yeah, just done a bowline knot out there, so shout out to all my sailors. And yeah, also thanks to Ian and Germ for lending me their fucking engine crane for like the 5th time. So yeah, let's get this bad boy out and see what we can do.
Maybe it's because I'm at a place, maybe that's why I smoke a pack a day. There ain't enough words in my brain to describe why I'm feeling this way. I miss you every day, miss having so many good mates, and not just saying hey to the graves. So I pump the brakes every time, no I'm not okay. I don't want my other brothers to relate, and it's because I sent a little text and you didn't reply. I swear I waited a couple minutes and remembered you died. Like how am I meant to live my life when your legacy's fried? I guess I gotta stay true and believe that you try, but still I keep my head strong, mind aside. I said I keep my chin up, I ain't afraid to die. I swear to God that I'ma get it, I'ma make it shine. Until then, I'ma be alright, just living my life.
Alright, looky, we have got the engine out of here. There's a few bits I hadn't undone that I forgot about. So there's a plug that goes to the side of the gearbox and a plug that goes to the exhaust, which connect to the loom in the engine, so I've undone those. And also I forgot about this power steering line that goes down there. That needs to come off because that stays with the rack. But yeah, other than that, all I need to do now, go for this kind of view. All I need to do now is do the subframe back up, and then I'm going to drop the car on the floor, push it out of the way, get the trailer in here because it's only a little one, and somehow manage to get the, sorry if that's really shaky, get the engine on there. So let's see what we can do. And there we are. That's the engine all strapped up and loaded up and pretty much ready to go. I just need to put the other parts of it and wrap it up so it's all waterproof for the journey down to Portsmouth. So yeah, that's another episode in the saga of the engine swap or whatever, or my 2021 plans. I don't know. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.